Smith. Do you think the brand that you first dreamt up is becoming a reality?
The brand at the moment is far bigger than I ever thought it would be. So I remember when I sat down and drew up the initial plan for what Birdie would look like, the numbers showed that we'd be able to hire our first person in the third year. We're 5 years in now, we're at 30 people. So it's beyond my dreams, definitely.
It's good, man. Well done.
Question for you, who are you?
Nathan Donohoe. I'm a father of 2 beautiful kids, and that's taken up a lot of my time at the moment, and I love them to death. Beautiful wife, and I'm just a shy kid, born and bred, and happy-go-lucky guy most of the time, but I've got some drive behind that.
How did you first come across Birdie Wealth?
I saw your car driving around with the Birdie logo, and I thought, wow, that is super clever. And I also thought, what a shitbox car you were driving around in. And I thought, there's no way this guy's going to make it in business, but geez, he's got a good idea, and I hope he does well. And and that was how I first come across you.
Now, we first made contact. I think you messaged me on Instagram, and I ignored you. You called my phone, and I ignored you again. And then you called the office, and someone said this Nathan guy keeps calling and wanting to chat with you. And I said, all right, let's have a chat, let's catch up. So, what drew you to kind of reach out and connect with me and with Birdie?
I'd been stalking you for a year or two at that stage after I saw your shitbox car driving around. Just following on Instagram, following all the socials. I really loved what you guys are putting out, honestly. I was looking in for a different career change. Didn't know what that was at the time. And I went down a whole bunch of different rabbit holes, looking at different careers, completely different careers. And I kept coming back to you guys. A lot of the marketing and branding was a big thing, and doing things like this video, which you've been doing for years now, and you started off terrible, and now you speak eloquently, and it's really good. And I've seen that progression over the years, and the video footage. A lot of companies just weren't doing that right. They really weren't. When I was coming to try to find a different job, and that was the initial push for me to come and see you guys and see what you're all about. Tell me about how you think Birdie Wealth has benefited from you dreaming big while executing at the everyday micro level.
I think I'm not afraid to fail. I don't mind if we fail at something. Yeah. So if I've got an idea and the idea's not perfect yet, but I can see how we could make it work, I'm happy to give it a go. And so I think there's a lot of people that are scared of failing and scared of something going wrong, but I think there's a lot of opportunity missed by not taking risks sometimes. So if anything, I'd encourage people to take more risks, not less.
From looking from the outside in, what was your initial perception of what a broker does?
Of what a broker actually does? My initial perception was help people out buying houses, basically, and that was pretty much it. That's all I knew about what a broker was. Get your money so you can buy a house. And now, obviously, I've been in the game for a little while, and I've seen how much more you guys do. But yeah, that was my initial perception. Parabrokers are a big part of Birdie and what I see as the backbone of the business. Can you explain their importance to you as the director?
Yeah, look, it's a really tough role, the parabroker. So what they do is they look at all the policies that we have with banks. So we have 40 different banks who change their policy daily. What sort of properties that they'll take, how much they'll allow someone to borrow, what their interest rates are. So they have to be on top of a policy and really understand credit. You know, if somebody wants to borrow an additional $50,000, what can we do to tweak their application to improve the chances of them borrowing more? So they have to have that skill, that credit skill. And then they also have to have that empathy really with a client. People are going through one of the most stressful situations that they are going through in their life. Whether it's buying their first home, whether it's selling a home that they've had for a couple of decades, it's really highly emotive. So they need to be able to talk to somebody, communicate with somebody who's under a lot of stress, give them clarity as far as where it's up to, and give them the confidence that we're in control of their application. So having those two skills, somebody can have one,
Yeah.
but if they don't have both, they're not a really good para broker.